is 121 and 090. Do you still remember what happened in mid-November of 2002? SARS shocked the world. And it brings to our ideas to do this model, a predictable model of SARS in Hong Kong. Before starting this project, we have did some research on SARS. We asked Professor Robert Miller to give us some suggestions so that we can have some guideline to do this project. Before we start the approach, we found that the Malthus rate model can't apply to the cases of SARS, so we need to think of another one by ourselves. With the help of Professor Miller, our project can be carried out successfully. And severe acute respiratory syndrome, SARS in short form, is a new virus. It quickly spread from the Guangdong province to the west of China and to the world, and it brought many bad influence to our society by threatening people's lives and economy of region. And here is our assumption. First, we assume that the data reported by the Department of Health are exact value, believable for scientific research, analysis, and also for our model. And the people who have recovered from SARS are not infected and won't contract SARS again. And the dead body are treated so they won't become a source of future infection. And lastly, all the infected people have the same possibility of spreading the disease. And let's take a look of our result. As you can see, there are many faces here, and this one with a blue face represent the people who are suspected, and this one, the red face with black dots, represent the people who are infected, and the last one with a mask represent the people who are inside the hospital. And the first row it shows 3 types of people on the first day, and the second row shows the 3 types of people on the second day. So there is n day and n plus 1 on the right hand side. And as you can see, the suspected people have 2 ways to go. They may remain suspectable or become infected. So Sn plus 1 is equal to Sn minus Rsnin, and so on. And finally, they have only 3 consequences. And they may remain in hospital, or recovered, or are dead. So Rn is equal to H plus G plus D. And here is the formula, where A, G, H, K, and R are constant. And this shows how we calculate the least square error by the difference between the simulated data and the given data. You can see there's a variable with a star is the given the data by the Department of Health. And here is a graph which is plotted by MATLAB. I'm sorry to tell you that the above figure was incorrectly stated in the preceding version of this report. These two should be interchanged. And here is our source of error, as there is a time delay for the authority to publish the data. So we have used a approximation method to give a continuous line fit and forecast curve. And different people at different time have different possibility of contracting the disease. There may be some incorrect samples or uncertain sources. For example, the healthcare workers, because they need to face the patients all the time, so they may contract the disease easily. And when SARS appear, the public don't have much attention to the disease, so the infectivity is very high at the earlier stages. But the infection rate decreased due to the increasing public awareness at the succeeding stages. And there are some special incidents, for example, the Queen Mary Hospital, which create more infected cases than the average rate. And we assume that all infected people have the same possibility of spreading the disease. However, for those who have been isolated, they should have a lower rate of transmissions. And different places have different social levels. So they have a different medical system. So there is a difference difference in situations among the countries and cities. And again, we look back to the graph. I'm going to talk about the application of our model. As you can see, our model is consistent to the given value. So we just only use the 5-day to predict the trends of the infection. So if there's a new disease to break out, we can have a better prevention, and our medical system can have another weapon to fight against the disease. As we cannot predict the outbreak of the new virus, but perhaps this will be a good preparation to its growth. And I would like to give a special thanks to Professor Mira and Bowdish Malphone Memorial College. And thank you.